Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to kick off our session today. Today, we're diving into Mega Goal 1.1, focusing on reading skills. Our unit is titled The Art of Advertising, and this is the first slide, so it's our cover slide. In this presentation, we'll explore how advertising influences us and how to understand and analyze ads effectively. We'll cover key concepts, strategies, and examples that will help you become more critical and confident readers of advertising. Let's get started. Let's take a look at the key actions we should focus on during this lesson. First, we need to answer the questions about the text. This will help us understand the main ideas of the reading passage. Next, we should deduce meaning from the context, which is essential for grasping new concepts. Reading carefully is crucial, as it allows us to analyze the details and structure of the text. Finally, we need to analyze the information to deepen our understanding. On this slide, you'll see the steps numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. These represent the order of our process. The questions about the text will guide us in exploring the ideas behind the reading. Specifically, we'll look into the history of credit cards and understand the meaning of new words correctly. The overall lesson objectives are to develop our skills in answering questions, deducing meanings, reading thoroughly, and analyzing the content. By doing so, we'll gain a clearer understanding of the topic and improve our reading comprehension. Let's keep these points in mind as we move forward in our lesson. Let's take a closer look at the slide titled Credit Card. As you can see, the picture shows a typical credit card, which is a common financial tool used for making purchases. This image helps us visualize what a credit card looks like in real life, with its distinctive design, magnetic strip, and chip. Now, regarding the content of this slide, it actually contains one main paragraph. This paragraph introduces the credit card as a crucial element in modern finance, highlighting its convenience and widespread use in everyday transactions. The title, Credit Card, sets the focus for this part of the presentation. It emphasizes that we'll be discussing what credit cards are, how they function, and their significance in our financial lives. Connecting this to the overall theme, understanding credit cards is essential because they are a gateway to credit, influence our spending habits, and impact our financial health. So, grasping their features and how to use them responsibly is key as we explore personal finance strategies. So, let's take a moment to explore what exactly a credit card is used for. Essentially, a credit card is a versatile financial tool that allows you to make purchases, whether that's shopping online, buying groceries, or paying for services. It's designed to give you convenient access to credit, helping you manage your cash flow. But it's not just about spending. A credit card also offers benefits like building your credit history, earning rewards, and sometimes even providing protections like fraud alerts or purchase insurance. Throughout this presentation, we've been looking at credit cards as a financial instrument, and understanding what they're used for is key to managing them wisely. So, keep in mind that a credit card is primarily used to make payments easily and securely, while also offering opportunities for financial growth if used responsibly. Now, let's take a moment to talk about the very first time Frank McNamara used a credit card. This moment is often seen as a pivotal point in financial history, but more interestingly, it ties into what we might call the First Supper in the credit card industry. So, what does that mean? Well, it's a metaphor for the initial gathering or the groundbreaking event that set the stage for the credit card revolution. Frank McNamara's experience was about more than just a single transaction. It symbolized the need for a more convenient, reliable way to pay. It was a turning point that led to the development of the modern credit card system we rely on today. This story highlights how innovation often starts with simple, everyday problems, like the frustration of carrying cash or worrying about whether you have enough. And it connects directly to our broader theme, how new ideas, even small ones, can transform industries and change the way we live. So, understanding this moment helps us appreciate the origins of the credit card as a tool that has become an integral part of our financial lives. So, where did the credit card expand to? Well, initially, these cards started within the United States, but their growth quickly went beyond borders. They expanded into many international markets, changing the way people think about payments worldwide. Did the credit card expand outside the USA? Absolutely. In fact, the global adoption of credit cards marked a significant milestone in financial history. Countries across Europe, Asia, and other regions embraced this technology, making it a universal tool for convenience and security in transactions. This expansion outside the USA was crucial because it not only increased the usage and acceptance of credit cards, but also paved the way for international commerce. It helped connect economies and facilitated global trade, aligning perfectly with the overall theme of how financial innovations shape our modern world. So, let's take a moment to look at some other famous international credit cards that have been created over the years. These cards are not just widely recognized, but also represent significant milestones in the evolution of global financial services. For example, the Visa card, which is perhaps the most well-known worldwide, was introduced in the 1970s and has become a symbol of international credit and debit transactions. Then there's MasterCard, another major player, known for its extensive global acceptance and innovative features. These cards have helped facilitate international travel, online shopping, and global commerce, making them integral to our everyday financial lives. By understanding these key players, we can better appreciate how the credit card industry has shaped and been shaped by globalization and technological advances. This context really ties into the overall theme of how financial innovations continue to connect us across borders. When have people used credit cards? Well, credit cards have become a common way to make purchases, both big and small, offering convenience and security. They're used for everyday shopping, travel expenses, and even online transactions. Now, what did the First Card Members Rewards program mostly aim for? The initial goal was to encourage customer loyalty. By offering rewards, such as points or discounts, these programs aim to keep customers returning to the same credit card provider, fostering a long-term relationship. And when was the First Card Members Rewards program created? It was actually introduced in the 1980s, marking a significant shift in how credit card companies engaged with their users. This innovation helped transform credit cards from simple payment tools into strategic marketing tools, linking rewards directly to customer retention. All of these points tie into the overall theme of how credit card companies evolve to attract and retain customers through innovative features like rewards programs, shaping the way we use credit today. In 1952, the Diners Club credit truly made a breakthrough, as it was accepted by thousands of businesses across the USA. This was a significant step because it marked the beginning of a new way for consumers to pay for their dining and other expenses more conveniently. Now, let's rewind a bit to 1950, when Frank, one of the key figures behind this innovation, returned to the same place where he first used the card. This time, he paid with the Diners Club card, demonstrating how it could be used for everyday transactions, not just at a single restaurant but across various businesses. And then, in 1952, the Diners Club credit took a giant leap forward. It became the first international charge card. This was a game changer because it allowed people to use the same card abroad, opening up global possibilities for credit and convenience. All these milestones connect to the broader theme of how payment methods evolved to become more flexible and accessible, shaping the way we handle financial transactions today. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. Let's take a closer look at some common prefixes that can change the meaning of words quite significantly. On this slide, we've got impolite, impossible, impatient, and immoral. Notice how the prefix im in each of these words generally conveys a negative or opposite meaning. For example, impolite means not polite, impossible means not possible, impatient means not patient, and immoral refers to something not moral or unethical. Moving to the next set, we have incorrect, incomplete, informal, and invalid. Here, the prefix also indicates a negation or something that is not quite right. Incorrect means not correct. Incomplete means not finished or lacking some parts. Informal suggests a casual or relaxed style that isn't formal. And invalid means not valid or legally acceptable. What's important here is understanding how these prefixes, im and in, serve as modifiers that flip the meaning of the root words. Recognizing these patterns helps us interpret and use words more accurately, which is essential in clear communication and maintaining the overall professionalism of our language. Since the 1950s, a new way of handling payments started to take shape. Imagine not having enough cash on hand to pay for a business dinner. That was a common situation back then. This led to the idea that people should be able to spend what they could afford, not just what they were carrying in cash. And this concept of charging it really took off. Hollywood even made a film about it, which helped popularize the idea, and a board game called Diners Club was created to reflect this new way of paying. What's interesting is that charging it became a status symbol, signifying a certain level of sophistication and modernity. Initially, this method was used only in restaurants, but gradually it expanded to other types of businesses and even crossed international borders. This evolution marked a significant shift in consumer culture and laid the groundwork for the credit systems we rely on today. It's a perfect example of how innovation can transform everyday transactions and influence social perceptions. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. All right, for today's final slide, I want to highlight the importance of practice through the workbook exercise on page 259. This is a valuable opportunity to reinforce what we've covered and to deepen your understanding. The exercise labeled G is designed to challenge you and help solidify those key concepts we've discussed. Remember, consistent practice is essential for mastering these skills, so I encourage you to complete this homework thoroughly. Think of it as a way to connect the dots and really internalize the material. This ties back to the overall theme of continuous learning and improvement. So, take your time with it, and don't hesitate to revisit the concepts if needed. That's how true mastery happens.